Hi, Philippe from Moneca. I'm here to share a bit about the way we dry our plants, which is the result of us learning from several herbalists and herb farms. We are doing it in racks, as you can tell. We've built a few of these that fit in an actual dryer. We are not in the dryer right now because it's very dark, therefore visually it's not interesting. But I've taken the racks out to show you. Essentially the idea is that the plants are laid on a square like this with screen. Why screen? Well, so that air can come from underneath and from the top to dry the plants. And the conditions in which we want to be drying these plants is darkness. So light takes away the color, the natural color of the plants. So light is necessary to grow, but it's also killing the plant if it's exposed to it. Therefore, we want to maintain their properties, their colors, so we keep the plants in the shade in a very dry area. So we have a dehumidifier working 24/7 and a small fan to move air around. And therefore, that's why there's space in between the racks and there's room for air to come from the top, from the bottom. So that's our system. Today we've got Calendula and Sage that were freshly picked, just to show you the difference between a sage that was picked a few days ago, right here. And you can even hear the dryness. It's not fully dry, but it's getting there pretty soon. And this is sage that was picked today. So comparable, you can tell how they lose a lot of weight and volume, and that the color is very green and it gets a bit grayish. This is a good drying, this is a good color for a dry sage, but of course this is nice and fresh. This was picked about an hour ago. And then the other example that we have is Calendula, which is a flower, and it's quite different in its color and the way that it dries. Sage requires 3-4 days in a really good condition, and Calendula is very interesting. This Calendula here was picked 3 days ago, and this was picked half hour ago. So you can tell that it's got a lot of water in it, obviously, because this is the result of a flower that's 3 days old. There's a lot of humidity and a lot of water and oil in this part of it. So Calendula requires a day or two more of drying, but it's quite interesting to see the contrast in terms of size and color and weight. Once they're dry, we put them in these storage containers, and for whatever time they need to be in. And it's unfortunate that you cannot smell what I smell right now, because this is extremely powerful. This Calendula is just, whoa. We are keeping the plants storage in them. Why in these containers? Well, they're easy to transport, and they're stackable. So in our storage area, we can put them 10 high, and we can store them in small quantities. So because we don't use a lot at the time, so every time we need a small quantity, we just take a container out. Very important to keep them in a dry place. Moisture will obviously kill and ruin the plants. I hope this was informative for you, and let us know what else you'd like to learn from our plants, our farm, etc. We'd love to create content for you. And there we go. Thank you.